10. No-Rin, dub, 2014, 12 episode. Idol-obsessed Kawazaku Tada is left devastated when his favorite, Yuka Kusakabe, unexpectedly announces her retirement at the peak of an illustrious career. As Yuka's biggest fan, this news proves to be more difficult than he can bear. Shaken to his very core, he sinks into depression and places himself in self-imposed isolation. However, on the day his friends manage to convince him to attend school again, he gets a pleasant surprise. It turns out that his beloved idol, under the guise of Ringo Kinoshita, has transferred into his class. This miraculous development fills Kawazaku with newfound resolve, as he dedicates himself to take advantage of the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. With the support of his teacher and friends, Kawazaku works toward getting close to the girl of his dreams and uncovering the reason for her retirement from the entertainment industry. Up next we have Love Tyrant. When a strange girl named Gori comes knocking at Seiji Aino's door, he quickly finds himself thrust into a world of romantic troubles. Claiming that she will die if he doesn't kiss someone within 24 hours, Gori's pleas of desperation are misunderstood as pleas for love, leading Seiji to kiss the cute stranger that came barging into his house. In actuality, it turns out that this ghost-playing Cupid is the wielder of a kiss note, in which any pairing of names she writes will kiss and become a couple. Gori explains that she misspelt and accidentally wrote Seiji's name while indulging in her yaoi fantasies, but because she had yet to pair him with anyone, their kiss was meaningless. Even worse, Gori reveals that if Seiji is not coupled with anyone soon, not only will she die, but Seiji will remain a virgin for eternity. Eager to escape his fate, Seiji sets his sights on the beautiful and popular icon Hama. But after Akane hears that he kissed Gori, she reveals the obsessive and psychopathic feelings that she holds for the unfortunate boy and proceeds to viciously attack them. In the ensuing confusion, Gori is able to pair Seiji with Akane in the kiss note, temporarily saving Seiji from any further bodily harm. But to complicate matters, Gori's newfound feelings lead her to also pair the two of them with herself. Just when the situation could not get any more convoluted, this new coupling with Gori has turned Seiji and Akane into temporary angels, forcing them into assisting the Cupid with her work of pairing humans, lest they be cast into hell. With all semblance of normality snatched from his life, Seiji gets to work at matchmaking with these eccentric girls by his side. And next we have Noucome, that only been sub. For Kanade Mikasa, life as a high schooler should have been normal, and it would have been, if he wasn't living with the most ridiculous curse imaginable. Absolute choice, a system forced upon him by a self-proclaimed god, randomly presents a mental selection of actions that he must act out based on his choice. To add to his dilemma, it tends to occur in the most public of places, and his options never seem to deviate from the rude and crude in nature. As a result, the helpless boy stresses through each day, fumbling to repair his already tarnished reputation while desperately praying to avoid the next spontaneous episode of absolute choice. To his dismay, the one in charge is always one step ahead of him and proceeds to not so subtly choice him into the lives of several girls at his school. Just when Kanade's school life can't seem to be doomed any further, a decision that he reluctantly selects on the way home sends a beautiful girl crashing down from the sky, along with the promise of more hysterically hellish choices. Number 7 we have After the Rain. Akira Takabana, a reserved high school student and former track runner, has not been able to race the same as she used to since she experienced a severe foot injury. And although she is regarded as attractive by her classmates, she is not interested in the boys around school. While working part-time at the Garden Cafe, Akira begins to develop feelings for the manager, a 45-year-old man named Masami Kondo. Despite the large age gap, Kondo shows genuine concern and kindness toward the customers of his restaurant, which, while viewed by others as soft or weak, draws Akira to him. Spending time together at the restaurant, they grow closer, which only strengthens her feelings. Weighed down by these uncertain emotions, Akira finally resolves to confess, but what will be the result? Number 6. Tada never falls in love. Love has never really been a concern for Mitsuyoshi Tada, and as the aspiring photographer enters his second year of high school, it truthfully couldn't be further from his mind. However, things just might change after he meets a bright and bubbly foreigner named Teresa Wagner while he was taking pictures of a cherry blossom tree. Nevertheless, after she asks him to photograph her, the two soon separate. Only to meet each other again twice more that same day. Finding Teresa just as she is caught in a sudden downpour, Tada invites her to his family's coffee shop to dry off. There, she explains that she was separated from her traveling companion, a no-nonsense redhead named Alexandra Alec Magritte. When Alec reunites with Teresa shortly after, they say their goodbyes, expecting to part ways for good, but the two unexpectedly show up as transfer students in his class the next day. Teresa and Alec quickly get used to their lives at Koinaoshi High School and decide to join Tada in the photography club, along with his narcissistic friend Karuichi Uen, the idol-obsessed Hajime Sugimoto, serious class rep Hingeko Hasegawa, and the dog-like Kentaro Yamashita. With these two peculiar additions to his equally eccentric group of friends, Tada's second year of high school is about to get even livelier, and he might need to start rethinking his approach to love. Number 5. And you thought there is never a girl. After mustering up the courage to propose to a girl in an online game, naive otaku Hideki Rujin Nishimura is devastated when she flat-out rejects him. To make matters worse, the girl reveals that she is actually an older man in real life. With his dreams crushed and his heart broken, Rujin comes to an abrupt decision in the midst of his raging fit: he will never trust another girl in an online game again. Years later, Rujin is now in a guild with 3 other players, one of whom possesses a female avatar by the name of Uko. Uko is deeply in love with Rujin and wants to marry him. Although he entertains the possibility that she might be a guy, Rujin accepts her proposal, claiming that her gender doesn't matter as long as she is cute in the game. However, after a discussion between guild members that led to all of them having an offline meeting, Rujin finds out that Uko, along with the other members, are not just girls, but also his schoolmates. And next we have My Wife is Student Council President. Hayato Izumi is running for Student Council President. He's studious, responsible, down-to-earth ... and completely outmatched by his rival, Yui Wakana. Yui wins in a landslide after promising comprehensive sex education, free condoms, and other exciting reforms. Bloodied but not discouraged, Hayato licks his wounds and settles for vice president. Then Yui moves in with him. As it turns out, their parents made a drunken promise decades ago that their children would one day marry. Yui and Hayato must now balance school life with matrimony, keeping their relationship secret from a prudish student body and learning to live with each other. Can they keep the student council in line and find happiness together? Find out in Akasamagasi de Keiku. Number 3. Spice and Wolf. Hollow is a powerful wolf deity who is celebrated and revered in the small town of Paslu for blessing the annual harvest. Yet as years go by and the villagers become more self-sufficient, Hollow, who stylizes herself as the wise wolf of Litsu, has been reduced to a mere folk tale. When a traveling merchant named Kraft Lawrence stops at Paslu, Hollow offers to become his business partner if he eventually takes her to her northern home of Litsu. The savvy trader recognizes Hollow's unusual ability to evaluate a person's character and accepts her proposition. Now in the possession of both sharp business skills and a charismatic negotiator, Lawrence inches closer to his goal of opening his own shop. However, as Lawrence travels the countryside with Hollow in search of economic opportunities, he begins to realize that his aspirations are slowly morphing into something unexpected. Based on the popular light novel of the same name, Noucome, also known as Spice and Wolf, fuses the two polar genres of economics and romance to create an enthralling story abundant with elaborate schemes, sharp humor, and witty dialogue. Noucome is more than just a story of bartering, it turns into a journey of searching for a lost identity in a never-changing world. Number 2. Gamers. Tada is a typical high school gamer living out an average student's life. One day, however, he has an unexpected meeting with the cutest girl in school that makes him want to disappear without a trace. This girl, Karen Tendu, is an exemplary student who is proclaimed to be the school's idol. She discovers that Amano is a gamer, and this newfound knowledge incites a passionate desire within her to recruit him into the game club. Upon visiting the club, Amano is forcefully made aware of a side to gaming wildly different than the one he loves so dearly. Tendu's interest in Amano begins shaking up what was once an uneventful life, filling it with spontaneity, awkwardness, and a little bit of mayhem. As a result, every day becomes a comical battle for Amano's sanity as he tries to adapt to these wild, unexpected changes. In number 1. We have Horimiya. On the surface, the thought of Kyoko Hori and Izumi Mamura getting along would be the last thing in people's minds. After all, Hori has a perfect combination of beauty and brains, while Mamura appears meek and distant to his fellow classmates. However, a fateful meeting between the two lays both of their hidden selves bare. Even though she is popular at school, Hori has little time to socialize with her friends due to housework. On the other hand, Mamura lives under the noses of his peers, his body bearing secret tattoos and piercings that make him look like a gentle delinquent. Having opposite personalities yet sharing odd similarities, the two quickly become friends and often spend time together in Hori's home. As they both emerge from their shells, they share with each other a side of themselves concealed from the outside world. So what do you think about our list? If you want to see more, please go to our channel page and check out. Be sure to subscribe my channel and enjoy the rest.